Welcome to Global Gossip with Toronto.
All right, good evening. Welcome to this beautiful podcast, Global Gossip with Toronto. We are here live in the beautiful state of Nasarawa State, and I really want us to talk about a very, very important issue that is very, very crucial to the society. And I'm not here alone. I'm here with a very, very respectable journalist from a reputable organization. These journalists have really covered a lot of news in terms of global politics, gender, feminism, society. So I'm here with him to discuss a very, very important issue. I think the youth, everybody will benefit from this discussion. So I'm here with Mr. Mustafa. Musti, what do you have to say?
Okay. So good evening, Mr. Toronto Global Gossip. It's my pleasure to be here with you and to be part of this important discussion that concerns the youth and society. Of course, my name is Mustafa to start with. I'm all yours for today. Any question?
All right, thank you so much. All right, the question is this, Mr. Musti. Let's say, for instance, your wife have this lifetime opportunity of becoming the governor of your state, and you as a man, you have to kind of come back home, take care of the children, help in the school runs, take care of the house, and while your wife attend to the state's affairs. So how do you feel? Will you accept this? Will you be able to accept this, accept your wife becoming the governor of your state? Or will you say, no, I don't want you to be the governor of my state. I want you to really stay at home. And as a matter of fact, will you be able to become this kind of house husband? Let me use the word house husband, because if your wife is a governor of a state, that means that your wife will be giving, 24 hours, if not 24 hours, let's say 20 hours of her time in a day to the state affairs to see that the state is moving forward. Your wife tries to replicate what happens in Europe, a situation whereby women are governor, president. So how will you be able to handle such pressure? Will you be able to help your wife out to achieve her lifetime ambition of becoming one of the greatest female governor presidents in the state?
Wow, this is a very, 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 very tricky and it's a very interesting topic.
Yes.
But it just has, for me personally, I think it just have a very simple and short answer, which is no, if I would just make everything in a nutshell, but then I'll also give you my reasons.
Okay, can we hear your reasons why you don't want your wife to be governor, why you take care of the house, take care of the children? Please give us your reason.
Just here now is the first time in my whole life that I'm hearing about anything like house husband. I've never heard of anything house husband.
Okay.
In our society here, normally we always have housewives where the wives stay at home or maybe go to work and come back 4 p.m. to take care of the kids and also cook, which I'm not saying is right for them to be cooking maybe after work and taking care of the kids, but it's just the norm of society. But now when we try to bend the norms of the society by making it a reverse situation whereby the man will be the house husband and the wife will be the one bringing in the the welfare money to take care of the family, I think definitely it has to come with a lot of challenges, the struggles to try and keep it.
Are you trying to say that your wife political ambition, it's not as if you don't like it, maybe you don't want your wife to have upper hand, or maybe the woman will not respect you by becoming the governor of the state, so you don't want to give her the opportunity? African men, we have this ego, this executive. So are you trying to say that your wife will not respect you as the governor of the state? That respect, is it what you are trying to say?
Okay, let me break down what you just said to you now. Then what you just said now. You said maybe I'm scared my wife being the governor of the state won't respect me, or
Yes.
maybe her political ambition. I'm scared of her maybe getting to the top.
Yes.
And stuff. No, if you say that, then that makes me a dictator in marriage. And marriage is not always about the man being a dictator. So I am not being a dictator, but I am just trying to avoid problems that will come from that. Because when something is not a norm and you try to bring it to a society that is not norm and try to fix it there, it always comes with challenges from the environment, the society, people around will always make it a challenge for you. The struggle will always be difficult for you. You yourself will find it difficult to live with men outside, because outside men will always try to like tell you, your wife, far. This your wife is the one bringing food to the house and stuff like that. Do you understand? So that gradually, definitely, it starts affecting you mentally, and then that brings in a psychological problem to the marriage. Because you can't tell me that a man will wake up in the morning, prepare himself for work, prepare his, let's assume you guys have 4 kids, you prepare the 4 kids for work, and then the man goes to work. No, you even have to take them to work first, to school first, before you go to work, which is a very normal thing. If the wife will wake up and take care of the kids, and then you take them home. Let's see now. Do you know that if you say a wife should be a governor, and then you'll be at home, that wife now might, she can even have let me say maybe work to do abroad that might even take her maybe up to 7 days, sometimes maybe even more, and then she has to leave the house, travel abroad without you, because you are the house, what did you call it? Because house husband. Because you are the house husband that will have to stay at home to take care of the kids. You know,
so what about in this whole scenario and your wife insists that she needs to be the governor of the state? As a matter of fact, she has really been nurturing this ambition right from time. This is what she really wants to do. She wants to serve the people, and you find out that the people really wants her to serve them, and your wife make reference to you about other developed countries that women are their leaders, are their presidents. She gives you several instances where women are ruling, and yet and apart from becoming the presidents, they are still controlling the house. They are having a peaceful coexistence with the husband, with the children. So in this scenario, she kept insisting of going into her political ambitions.
And then she should go to the Western world.
So what do you have to do about this? Will you still chain her? Because in this scenario, we say that will you still chain her or handicap her or say no, you are not going? But to me, Mr. Mustafa, I'm trying to see it as if you are trying to dictate for her.
So that's why
her.
I made mention of that dictatorship. I'm not trying to be a dictator in my marriage, but then at the same time, as a man, I am supposed to be the one providing for the family. My wife can work and provide for the family also, but she mustn't have the crown. She cannot have the crown of providing in the family. I should have
in this scenario. She's not the one providing. Let's say she's just trying to offer service to humanity. She's trying to serve the people. She's trying to fix up some things.
There's a lot of women that can serve.
Maybe she have these political ambitions. You understand? And at the same time, you are the one providing, buying the food stuff, taking care of the kids' school fees. That does not mean that it's your wife providing the thing. But the main thing is that the picture of this whole thing is that your wife is the governor, is the president of a state. She is serving. So how do you manage the pressure? Because this is a pressure coming that, look, your wife is a governor. How are you going to manage it? I expect you to support her. Give her the support that she needs to serve the state. Give her the support she needs to become the president, to contribute her own to the society, to make 1 or 2 impact to the society. But in this regard, you are saying this thing we kind of say that, look, you are trying to block your wife from getting into politics. You are trying to block your wife from trying to see how to serve the people, from trying to provide social amenities, services to the people. So Yes, that is how it sounds.
I'm not trying to block her from serving the people. You get? But then, at the same time, do you know that if you say your wife should be a governor and serve the people while you be a house husband, how many states in Nigeria practice that?
For like
Let's just take it from there.
yes, I know that no states we don't have anything like house husband, but
Okay,
should we
hold on.
continue to have housewife
hold on.
when we are not having house husband? So
Okay, let
if
me
you are
tell
to
you-
have house husband
let
in
me tell-
Nigeria,
let
I
me
don't
tell-
think that
let me tell you- let me tell
it's a
you-
bad
let-
thing
let
if
me
we
tell-
start with having a house husband in Nigeria.
Let me tell you something. If you want this kind of thing to happen, then you go and practice this in the Western world. But here, this is Africa. We have our norms here in Africa. It's not as if we are chaining the wives to the house that they have to take care of the children. Or what if it's a case, let's say a scenario that you don't even have kids with the wife, but then she wants to serve. Does that still make you a house husband? That doesn't make you a house husband, but then it just doesn't sit well in the African society. And I cannot just sit here and tell you that we can bend it easily or make it something that can start functioning just out of the blue, maybe because it starts happening from my own family, because I cannot even allow it in my own family. No, never. Okay. If you say my wife maybe start bringing reference of the African world and the Western world,
yes.
then I'll advise her to just go to the Western world and just do her politics, because it cannot happen in my own. From where I come from, it doesn't happen.
Mr. Musti, you are a journalist and a very, very a seasonal one for that matter. Yes, we.
Hold on. I think this is not about a profession or maybe what you do or what I do. I think this is mostly about perspective, and also from the own man perspective of politics. If you are politically inclined, you can allow your wife to play politics because maybe you also have your own passion or ambition for politics. But if you are not politically inclined as a man, you don't have any interest in politics, and there is no reason for you to allow your wife to go into politics. Because politics is always a game of interest and a game of going to the top level. Your wife always coming with her struggles, challenges, and trying to beat this one. And let me just be blunt, I think that will also cause
apart from
cheating in the marriage.
apart from
She will definitely want to relate with powerful men that can take her to the top level.
apart from politics,
And you don't just play with
apart from
powerful men just
politics,
like that.
Mr. Musti, you know that African men are, should I say, they have this kind of egoistic, they have this kind of executive. You see an African man, they have this kind of restrictive tendency towards their wives, their women, in terms of career, in terms of seeing their spouse, their wife reaching the different peak of their specialization or career. Apart from bringing politics, there are other kind of career that your wife will reach some kind of height that will really take her time, like 247 away from the home. Apart from politics, it can come from a government appointment, it can come from becoming an MD of a very, very multinational company, apart from being a governor. And these positions can really take the time of your wife. Apart from taking the time of your wife, can really take her away from home. Maybe you are just doing one or two works that take you away from home for like 5 hours in a day. So are you still telling me that now we are removing politics from the picture? Are you still telling me that you still restrict your wife from reaching that height in her career? Will you still restrict her from reaching that height while you take some of the house chores, while you take some of the works at home, so that your wife can have a flexibility to fly in her career? Yes, I put it, fly in her career. So let's remove politics from the picture.
Okay. Let me see. I'm not going to hinder her flying to the top level in her career, because for me to allow her to start working her career from the basic to some certain extent then when she gets to the top, I shouldn't have any rights to stop her, because normally that is the goal of every person working in an office.
Remember that
working in an
the same time we are complaining,
But
she
that
will not
is-
be having
that is
time.
entirely different from politics.
Yes, now your point is that you don't want the politics at
My
all.
point is the politics.
Is the
My
politics.
My wife cannot be the governor or the president.
Or the president. Okay. All right, guys. This is a very, very interesting podcast. Like, we get to discuss it because this is an African thing. You find out that in Nigeria, we hardly have a female governor or having a female president. So we decided to bring up this issue to decide if men will really, really allow their wife becoming the governor or the president of the state.
I guarantee you, 95% of men.
Okay, Mr. Musti said that 95% of Nigerian men will not allow their wife to become the governor of a state or a president, because it is high time we bring up this issue, we discuss it. Because who knows, tomorrow a female will kind of come out and say that, look, I want to become the president.
We have Binani from Adamawa State, but then what happened in her case?
Yeah, what really happened was her own. There was a lot of internal politics that really went on. She was not able to get the vote. But remember that in the United States, yes, I know that you said that your wife can go to the Western world. It is high time we started changing the narrative. We started bending it so that we can accommodate women. I'm coming, Mr. Mustafa. Remember that in United States in 2016, I think in 2016, Hillary Clinton contested election with Donald Trump, and she did incredibly well. Apart from contesting election with Donald Trump, Hillary Clinton was the former Secretary of State. And in this election that just finished up in the United States of America between Donald Trump and Kamala Harris, we all see how Kamala Harris was so strong to contest for the presidency of the United States of America, and she did perfectly well, even when she was the vice president of the United States of America. So, Mr. Mustafa, what I'm trying to say here is that it is high time women have this flexibility. Now, from what we just said now, you said that 95% of Nigerian men will not allow their wife becoming the governor, becoming the president. So that means that the problem is from the husbands. Many men don't want to become a house husband. And many men don't really want to see women taking over the picture in politics. So I would like to say that this is a kind of ego from the men tendency. So my own point of this thing is that I fully support women going into politics, but the problem is that will the men be able to remove this restrictive tendency? Will the men be able to remove this restriction from their wife in going into full politics? Now, I'm not trying to say that you are trying to be African. Yes, I know that you are trying to play kind of traditional role as a typical African man, but with your exposure as a journalist, as a political scientist, writing different news, well-versed, you still say, come on, I don't want my wife to get into politics. Now, this does not do in terms of this have nothing to do in terms of exposure. This has something to do with African tradition. Yes. African man you are. So, Musti, what do you have to say in conclusion so that we can really call it a day? What advice do you have to give to men? What do you have to say to your fellow men out there watching this podcast relating to this? Like, they really
my fellow men, I'll just advise you people to not allow your wives become governors or president. Let's keep the tradition rolling.
Thank you so much for this fantastic podcast. I mean, this is very, very educative, very, very interesting podcast. Now, please like, share, and make sure you comment. Make sure you give us your own perspective. If you can be able to counter what Mr. Mustafa is saying, why not? Counter it at the comment section that, look, Musti, you are becoming too traditional as a typical African man. We need to leave women to go into politics. So please say your mind in the comment section. And remember, this is the season 1. We'll be coming with season 2. Maybe that time we'll be inviting a lady so that we can hear from them. I mean, yes, it will be great. Yes, that would be nice, inviting a girl, yes, a lady, a woman to really, really say her own. But you as a man,
I think it's even nice we even invite a girl so that maybe we hear why even themselves don't really come out.
Yes.
Talk for themselves, and why don't they contest by themselves?
Yes, maybe
What is really
holding
back?
them back. Yes, that is a very, maybe the husband is
They should come and
restricting
say it
them
with their
at
mouths
home.
by themselves.
All right, guys, this is Global Gossip with Toronto. Remember that what we do here is to post educative videos here from global down to Nigeria. We touch every aspect of the world, not only Nigeria. We gossip about educative things. We don't only just gossip, we talk about educative things happening all over the world.
It's my pleasure being here with you.
All right.
Thank you
Thank you
very
so
much.
much, Mr.
Thank you
Musti.
so much for watching,
Thank you
guys.
for having us. Thank you.